Again, this is Melanated Being family. What's going on, family? Hotel. I'm continuing with lecture 5 or lecture 6 on Black Genocide, but this is a continuation of the lecture, family. So here I go. All right. I left off where it says the black gene is the dominant gene on the planet. When I hear about sisters and brothers identifying themselves with other races besides black or making the black gene or features recessive, that is when I have a problem, family. Okay, I'll call that sickness self-hate. I'll call that sickness self-hate. I personally observed it with my students, not admitting that they are not black people. All right, some of them admitted that they were black, black mixed with Indian or white. Now, I'm not negating that those kids could not be mixed with anything else, but the simple fact that they consider black or African as being ugly and shameful or perceive it to be that way. These same crackers or black devils you love despise the black family daily. The children I experienced with this wasn't born that way. They continuously see the treatment of black folks being treated like garbage on TV, radio, news, and public schools, and etc. But their counterparts, which is the white race, is being worshipped, put on a high pedestal, glorified, exalted, celebrated, and honored. Every day we are bombarded with images that perpetually show black folks in a negative light, explicitly and implicitly. When black is shown positively, it is clear that it is the exception, not the rule. Think about it. When I say food stamps and welfare, what face comes to mind? Look at this image right here, family, so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, so just to show you exactly what I'm saying, family, with how they perpetuate us, or how they how they put us melanated people in the limelight. They show us they show us with a bunch of buffoonery, coonery, acting foolish, acting devilish. And again, this is not natural. We're not these natural. We're not these type of people. We never was. It's natural for us to love each other and to love others beside us. All right, that's a natural thing. But as you see right here, I think this is based off love and hip hop. But these sisters evidently get into an argument or some, things of that nature. Get into an argument and fighting and throwing drinks on each other. And to be honest with you, family, that's not nowhere near called for. These sisters could easily sit down, have a conversation with each other, communicate with each other in a peaceful and loving way. But instead, as you see, this sister here is throwing some drink on this sister here. And you can just look at just the background itself, just what they have on is showing signs of a sickness. All right. Showing signs of a sickness. All right. From Sarasum Seti, what he called it niggeritis. All right. And I see it. I agree, family. Niggeritis. That's exactly what these sisters, these queens have. Niggeritis. And I'm still gonna call them sisters and queens, even though they're acting, even though they're acting like savages. I'm still gonna call them that because that's in rightful place. That's who they are. They are sisters. They are queens. They are goddesses. But instead, they want to act something below themselves. All right, which is the white woman, which is the white man, which is the devil. All right. And this is they demonic. They're acting real demonic right now. So just to show you that when they put black folks in the limelight, when they show us on TV, they never really show a positive feature of us. It's always the negative side. It's always the side of savagery. All right, never too much of. And I'm not negating that they don't show us in the positive way. Period. But majority time on TV, we're always put in that negative limelight. All right, and this is just an image right here that I'm just showing you of an example of what you will see, black women on TV acting like some goddamn animals, acting like some fools. All right, and I'm not saying that black women are shown like this all the time on TV, but majority of the time, 9 times out of 10, something on whatever channel you put on, 9 times out of 10, the black woman will be acting her lower self. All right, she will be acting her lower self. So man, this just this is just a visual image just to show you what I'm talking about with this sick disease that our people have. All right now they're acting real ghetto, slutty, and real trashy. All right, and I'm not sure if their mothers brought them up that way, but again, that's not in their DNA. It's not in their genetic code to act this way, to show this type of behavior. All right, but let me continue on, family. I hate that the people feel that love and hip hop is an appropriate representation of black folks rather than just being a group of individuals that know what they are doing on camera at the moment, what they're doing on camera for a paycheck. I hate that the most loved black women in pop culture at the moment is a very intelligent black woman that can only seem to love white men while one of them is married, effectively degrading her to be a perpetual side piece. Anybody know what I'm referring to? And if you don't, family, I'm referring to Scandal. All right, beautiful sister. But here she is messing around with the president. And the president, not only he's a president, but he's also a white man. You know what I'm saying? So he got the highest position in the country. And, this beautiful sister here, she, got to lower herself to find a white man. She, I don't see what was so hard to finding a brother. You know what I'm saying? An intelligent, educated, well-stanchiered brother. But instead, she got to go get this cracker. All right. Not only that, but one of the most powerful cracker in the country, and she's sleeping around with him. You know what I'm saying? And the monkey is married. But again, that's just another example of showing the limelight of how when how the Europeans, when they put us on TV or shows, they degrade us of our humanity. They degrade us of our nature, degrade us of our senses. All right. So let me continue on, family. Let me see one minute. These black men and women should be accountable for their disgraceful actions. How can this beautiful sister lower herself to sleeping around with this beast? Let me explain something, family. Black is beautiful, powerful, and God. We are spiritual beings that are having a human experience. We need to be acting like gods and goddesses instead of our enemies or anything lower than ourselves. Look at this image, family. Okay? The identity of many of our sisters has changed. The black family is directly or subconsciously imitating what white society dictates to be the standard of beauty. All right? And this is what white society dictates to be the standard of beauty when it comes to the black woman. This is not beauty. Fellas, if you think this is beauty, if you think this is sexy, if you think this is hot, you need to get some more lenses. All right, you need to get some more lenses because if the women in your family act like this, then they not only don't have respect for themselves, but they don't have respect for you as raising you to to find the type of sister that resonate with her melanin, that resonate with her culture, all right, resonate with her people, all right, her righteous people, her true people. I'm not talking about those black devils out there, but I'm talking about her resonate with her true nature, with her true people, resonate with the ancestors, all right. That's the type of black woman that you should be looking for out there, brothers, all right. Just to help you out with that, Kings. But let me continue on. And for the most part, black women are imitating their white counterparts as a way of coping or dealing with the rigors of the white ruling class, placing their white woman in anything she wore, said, or did above anything else. After so much of the black woman, after so much of the black woman own culture and style was withheld, shame was beaten out of her. The only thing the black woman could do is imitate her oppressors. All right, and that's what these beautiful queens and sisters doing here. They're imitating their oppressor. They're imitating the white woman. All right, that's all she did. That's all the white woman did in the Caucasus Mountains. All right, that's all she did was just fight each other, fight her goddamn self, and fight her man. That's all she did, because she was barbaric. All right, she was a fucking animal. You know what I'm saying? Neanderthal. All right, eat, sleep, shit, and eat their own shit. You know, I can go so far with that. I can go so far with that, man. But a lot of our sisters, a lot of my black queens are starting to act like that now. All right, they didn't basically took over the role of the oppressor, took over the role of the white woman. Okay, all this shit right here is not called for. It's really not. Understand that, family. But let me continue on. In doing so, the black woman soon found more and more doors opening up for her. The Peckerwoods teased, taunted, and psychologically tormented black women so much about their non-European, non-white features and darker complexions that some black women began bleaching her skin, getting nose jobs, and starving themselves half to death, hoping to lose their big, round, unacceptable butts. These are the same Europeans who in 1819 kidnapped an African woman, Sarah Bartman, put her in a cage naked, and traveled around the country making fun of her big butt, lips, and skin. These are the same white folks who put Oda Benga in a cage inside the Bronx Zoo to make fun of his African features as well. All right, and let me show you a picture or an image of the great ancestor Oda Benga. All right, if you never heard of the ancestor, I advise you to go look him up. I advise you to read and understand what your ancestor went through. All right, this is one of our great ancestors right here, Oda Benga. All right, love this ancestor. Know who he is. You need to know who your ancestor is right here. He was captured and took it from Africa, put in the goddamn cage, and was basically traveled all around the world in the cage because the white man thought he was just savage and thought he was animalistic and shit like that or whatever. And you know, sooner or later, not sooner or later, but later on, he ended up committing suicide because of his depression and the way he was treated. All right. And he didn't deserve that. You know, he didn't deserve that. So I definitely wish that them crackers that did that shit to him and their future children pay for what they did to my ancestor right here. All right. But let me continue on, family. All right. This your ancestor right here, Oda Benga. All right. Then with the unilateral help of white men controlling the media, movies, television, magazines, and newspapers, the lily white image of the thin white woman was practically defied around the world, but especially throughout America until now. The black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet. Her hair, her eyes, her noses, her lips, her hips is perfect. Back in the day, the media, like I said before, used to use the perception of the white woman and her features as being the most attractive and godlike in the eyes of the viewers all over the world. But now, the same media that was used to degrade black women and men suddenly found itself in a battle to control the public thirst for more, but they couldn't. The women who were once worshipped by every culture and race on the planet as goddesses were back, but chose to degrade themselves still in the eyes of their people and everyone else by coming on shows acting like the enemy. Shows like Love and Hip Hop, Bad Girls Club, Real Wives of House Atlanta, and Basketball Wives, and etc. Like my great teacher Sarah Susan Setti says, some of our queens have what you call crackatosis, all right, which is a motherfucking disease, PTS, all right. I might have said it wrong. Post-traumatic, yeah, so PTS, SD, post-traumatic slave syndrome, all right, which is a goddamn disease. Get that shit out your blood, family. Get it out your blood. Now, family, I want to do some decoding for you, all right? So it says, now I talked a great deal of who Aset, Asa, and Horu is, right? How many of you remember the movie Lion King? Who was Simba? All right. Was he Aset, Asa, Set, or Horu? Who was Simba's parents? Was they Aset, Asa, Set, or Horu? Who was Scarf? Was he Aset, Set, Asa, or Horu? Do you remember the land of the forbidden? Okay. I'm just going into these, family. Look, check this out. My video is about to shut down. I'm going to go ahead and explain that Lion King to you, Lion King story to you. I'm gonna decode that on the next video. All right, family. But again, this is Melanated Ben, and I'll see you on the lecture 7. Holla.